and gentlemen, welcome to VRML 1. This is week 4, season 5, and we have Redshift versus Kangarillas tonight on the docket. We're going to follow this up with a ladder game, Ash versus Ace, and the third one is a Redshift game against Instinct. So we have a big night for you guys to take on. And tonight in the booth with me, I have Hunavelli. I am Newton Dad, by the way. We got Wonder T-Man on the cams. So how's it going, Hunavelli? What's going on tonight?
It's going good. I'm excited to see this series of games we have here. It should be a very exciting, hour.
Yeah, I mean, a very exciting hour. You see, Redshift has kind of seen some fun, interesting, first cycle action. Seen some ups and downs. Beat Ethereal as a highlight of their first half. But and then also got beat by some teams that you might want to think that they've gotten beat by. So it's how interesting how Master Tier is kind of mixing it up and things are a little loose, and you never know who's going to win on a given night. So this one could be anybody's game. What do you think?
Yeah, well, as we've seen, Redshift is very talented this season from their previous games, and also Kango's just showing they're still up there, still in Master. But I'm excited to see what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah, Kang with some roster shifts compared to season 4. You got Kaznaz and Loveridge, Wolf 23, Wit, Empty, and Speedy V. And on the Redshift side, you got Zux, Newt as a sub, Caesar, Katz as a sub, Citizen, and Steel Skydiver. Tonight we're seeing the looks like the
I think Newton Dad just is a little broken right now. I think we're gonna start here though. Anyways, teams are readying up, and we're gonna go straight into it. It will be Redshift versus Kangos, and we'll see who can get this initial joust. So it will go over to Redshift. Citizen now with the disc, working his way through, passing it down low to Zux there. Zux taking his time, opting in for that reset to steal Skydiver. Steal up to Caesar. Caesar working his way in bubble. Stunned by Speedy. Speedy with possession. Now back to Zux. Zux pushing in. Now it will be turned over again. Speedy with the disc. Now getting that clear through the right tunnel. This will be a stack race here. Let's see who can get it first. It will be Kangos picking it up and going for that easy 2. So temporarily I'll be your only caster till Noon Dad comes back, but we'll see how I can do. Anyways. Just a very good boost and clear play from Kangarillas. But let's see if Redshift can make anything of that. Still Skydiver passing it over to Zux. Zux over to Caesar. Caesar pushing his way through. Just very quick passes coming in. Citizen pushing his way through the bubble. A big save by Kaznaz. Kaznaz now clearing it through. Just will miss though off the station. It will be Steel Skydiver picking it up. Steel Skydiver taking his time, pushing up a little bit, passing up high to Citizen. Citizen over to the shoulder to Zux. Zux pushing it in and getting that too. Very good control there over in from Redshift. You really like to see that. But anyways, it will be Kangorilla's this. This is a 2-2 game. 8 minutes left. See if Kang can make anything of this. So Kaznaz now pushing his way through, just actually being very cautious here. Passing down low to Leverage. Sorry. Speedy now with this. Kangos is just really known for their lots of passes, good control, and I think we got Newton Dad back. But Leverage now pushing his way through the bubble, passing on the wall. Wit, but Steel is there to stop it. Just a complicated bubble here, but Kaznaz, another stay from Steel. Steel Skydiver pushing that way through and just clearing out by Citizen. It will be picked up by, and stunned actually by Caesar. Caesar passing it down low to Steel. Steel on the backboard, going for that shot. Big save from Kaznaz. Another stun. What a defensive play there. Wit now with the disc, clearing that through the mid side. Will be a stack race here. So you can get it first. It will be picked up by Caesar. Caesar now clearing it into the left tunnel. It should be picked up here by Kangos. Yep, just going in for the reset. Kaznaz passing it down low to Leverage. Sorry, keep messing up on his name. Very close game so far, anyways.
Hey, I
But
am back.
Speedy. Oh, you're back.
I am
Awesome.
back. The internet does what the internet wants, I guess, in this world. It's PDV with the disc, and Newton Dad here. So thank you, Huntavelli, for hanging in there all alone while internet issues were sorted out. I appreciate that. It is a 2-2 match, so I'm catching up here as we see the disc is floating into the redshift side. It does get shot back through into Kang's side and a free disc.
Yeah, so we'll be picked by Zux, and Zux just off the backboard going in for that shot. You know, this game so far, Newton Dad, you've missed a lot of it, but it's been a really close game so far. These defensive plays coming in from both teams have been actually insane.
I can see by the load score, it's definitely been a defensive game. You know, it's amazing to walk in the middle of a game and go, what the heck's going on? As we see the disc coming in from Kaz, being handled, tossed up high, looking for a pass, got leverage up on the ceiling, back to Kaz at the bow tie, just looking for the opportunities to spread out the defensive side and move down the field. Got a good up pass to Zux up there as they're looking to move again forward slowly under control. Great control as we see the pass now over to Speedy V. Speedy V surveying the bubble side, getting a great pass across again. Pass after pass, making great accuracy, making good flow, controlling the tempo of this game. Being down 2 points, looking for how to bring this thing back into their control. We got the pass underneath the net, another reset, so just slowing things down a tiny bit. The disc does get free, but we do have Wit now up on the ceiling, taking a look at it. Over to Kaz, got Kaz looking at again, very slow, very methodical, trying to spread him out, but then finally the next pass that happens is a broken pass, and it is cleared through.
Will be a stack race here, possibly picked up by Redshift. It will be still Skydiver. Now, they have numbers in bubble. Caesar pushing his way on the backboard, going in for that spin dunk with a lot of steez.
Yeah, a little mustard on that one. Caesar definitely is a power offensive player, and you've got to respect him in the bubble. The dunk meta is so strong on some of these master tier players, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, dunk meta is just it's a way of life. Wit now with the disc going in for the reset to Kaznaz. Kaznaz pushing his way up. He will be just be very patient here, trying to set up his passes here. Kaznaz just still with the disc, just Redshift is letting him push up, but it will be a pass down low to Speedy. Speedy now pressuring into that bubble, going in for the backboard pass, leverage, completing that play.
Yeah, kind of completing the thought that they had from the previous attempt downfield that got interrupted and with a goal. But yeah, Kangorilla's moving the disc around nicely on the offensive side and making that one turn into 2 points. Just only a 2-point game difference. So halfway of this game over, and still very, very low scoring. A 3-pointer could break this thing wide open from either side.
Yeah, and it will be an attempted 3 or attempted pass. Too hard to say, but Leverage now with the disc getting in on that turnover. Leverage now clearing it through that right tunnel. There's no one there just yet, but it will be picked up by Kangorilla's Leverage there, passing it up high to Wit. Wit now working his way through that bubble, trying to get that pass, and the pass is complete to Leverage. Just very good control coming in from Kangorilla's. It's just, it's what they're known for.
Control, control, control. As we have, 2 back-to-back unanswered points, or goals actually, from Kangorilla's side. So it is, with it being an even match now and 3.5 minutes left on the clock, literally it could go any direction. Steel Skydiver pushing it towards their direction, moving downfield with his teammates. Pass to Zux is off the mark, but Citizen's up to reclaim it in the Sky Trench. He's looking right to find Caesar. Caesar on the shoulder and knocks it in for a 3-pointer. Maybe that's the 3-pointer that sets this one off.
Maybe, but it's, just it's too hard to say. But it will be Kang now with the possession here. And let's see if they can, turn it around. Like this whole game has been. It's just a lot of twists and turns, a lot of tubes. Kaznaz now with the disc coming off that QB, almost intercepted by Citizen. Leverage now with the disc. Down in Valley, working his way through onto the orange side, onto Redshift side. Wit now with the disc going in for the reset. It was almost a pass to Citizen. Kaznaz now with it. Going back over to Wit. Wit working his way through. They're just slowly pushing up a lot of patience. Kaznaz now just sitting there up to Wit. Wit now working his way on through. Leverage now going in for that pass and over to Speedy. And just completing that sort of plays.
Yeah, I was half expecting to see Redshift push just a little bit harder. It seems like Kang's really being allowed to move the disc around sort of at will. Nobody's stepping into those passing lanes as quickly as maybe they need to on the side of Redshift. They do still have a 1 point lead, so it's working out for them. As we see the pass coming out to Zux from Steel Skydiver, a quick relay downfield, and Citizen with it gets taken by Leverage and walked back out. The clear is good. It's out of the zone. It goes back into the Redshift side, but it is reclaimed by the Redshift team. You got a stack and picking it up now. You got Zux with the pass up to Caesar. Caesar with a handoff to Citizen,
Ooh.
and the point scored. Another 2 on the board.
You know, just two completely different teams, as you can see. It's just great control, but also just very fast movement compared to like what Kang is, and they're just very controlled and very patient. But you know, it's working out for the both of them, and especially Redshift here with that just a big lead coming into this, especially after this close game. But Kaznaz now working his way through the tunnel, just again not getting really pressured too much, just being allowed to work through. It will be Wit picking up on that reset. Wit now just still walking through. Redshift is applying more pressure. Leverage now working his way through that bubble, but still slapping that out. Now it will be picked up by Kangorilla's Leverage with it. Trying to pass up high, but it will be just miscommunication, maybe. But it will be Caesar picking it up. Caesar clearing that all the way through. This will be a stack race. It will be picked up by Speedy. Speedy now just slapping that through. Over to, oh, another interception by Kaznaz. Just not allowing them to get that extra points that they need or wants, for example. But still just playing that heavy backline and passing it over to Zux. Zux getting stuffed by Leverage. Leverage passing it to Wit. Wit now working his way through, trying to get these final points to just small in that gap of this round. Just a lot of pressure coming in from Redshift, but Redshift's doing a really good job of just not enabling their offense.
Yeah, Redshift with just enough defense in that situation to keep the three-pointer at bay, to get the points off the board, and to take that round. So it is Redshift 1-0 now in this set. A great first set, first match, what I saw of it. Thank you again to Hannah for hanging in there without me, as the internet demons did sneak up in the house again. But yeah, a great first round. Just taking a look at the stats. Let me pull up the ones on the stream, since they're going to be more complete than mine. We're seeing some very, very good possession time out of Kangarillas, but possession time doesn't always mean points. In this case, it means that Kang was definitely controlling the disc, but they were not producing the points they needed to produce out of that possession time. So you see on the side of Redshift, good point spread. You got Caesar with 5 and Zux with 4 and Citizen with 2. So they've spread it out across at least 3 players. Steel Skydiver, obviously the perennial back player with all the saves, assists, and steals back there, really showing up to play. It's a good, strong first round from Redshift, but what do you figure that Kang's going to do to adjust in the second round?
I think Kang is gonna try and just match up to the speed of Redshift's playing, because as you can see, it's working for Redshift. Just that very fast, quick play that just Kang in this round just could not keep up on. But
they have a need for speed,
we'll
do they?
Yeah, need for speed. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's speed, increasing your turnarounds, increasing your transition times definitely will help out if you're getting beat to the disc on stacks. So that's great advice, and a good observation there. As the joust comes out, Citizen ducks the Kang front stack, but it is intercepted by Kang and then dropped right back into the Redshift zone. It is a little bit of a stack race now, and Citizen's going to win that one as he looks around, and he does find a pass now all the way across into the hands of Zux. Long push down. Looks like a shot almost off the ding ring there. Not quite in, as it is reclaimed by Wit, and now it's going to be cleared all the way down in the trap to Leverage, looking around at the options and pushing it out into the orange zone.
Will be Speedy just working his way through the tunnel, passing it down low to Kaznaz. Kaznaz trying to go for the reset, but it will be just missed. It will be picked up by Redshift here. Zux has an open 3, and he just misses it off of that ding ring, but it will just be barely out of Citizen's hands here. But Citizen will be picking it up. Citizen now passing it over to Zux. Zux now working his way through. They only have 2 people in bubble, so they're going to go for that reset. Caesar now with the disc. Just very fast and controlled play here by Redshift. It will be still Skydiver. Very talented backline. Now Zux with the disc, passing it down low over to Citizen. Citizen working his way through that bubble, going for that dunk meta. Dunk.
Yeah, the push up, touched almost everybody on the redshift side as Skydiver set it up all the way back at that mid, and the passing into the bubble was just spot on. And then if you put it in the hands of a guy like Citizen who can dance around in the bubble, you're going to usually wind up with points just like that. The first 2 points of the round now to redshift. Kaznaz rolling out to love shift to love ridge. As he's just slowing things down, looking around and waiting for his team to move forward a little bit. Resets back to Kaznaz again, giving go back to Leverage as they move down a little further, a little bouncing around on the Dorito over there. As the pass goes out to Speedy, Speedy V looking around but opting to drop the pass down to Wit. Wit looking around on the floor. Has somebody underneath the goal, but chooses to go up to Kaznaz at bow tie. Little give and go back again to Wit, but he gets his pocket picked now, and Citizen clears it down all the way out of the zone.
It will be on Kangorilla's side. This will be a stack race, but it will be picked up by Still Skydiver on the Redshift side. Still going in for that reset down low, but it will be misdirected. It will be picked up by Citizen here in a very uncomfortable spot, but he will actually get it off over to Steel. Steel now working his way back, getting heavily pressured by Kango's defense. It will be passed up high to Zux. Zux on the backboard is Caesar. Caesar spinning around through.
Caesar's showing that he's got the moves too. You saw the pressure coming through in the Kangaroo stack. They were definitely aggressing the stack inside the blue zone. But they did have their goalie back waiting, so the fourth player was just free to find somebody to attack. Didn't work that time. Caesar got loose and dunked that one in for a quick two. As we see Kaznaz rolling out, throwing it up into the trap zone, leverage up there to man that one back to Speedy V. Speedy V back into Kaznaz as the disc movement is absolutely Kangorilla-esque. They get the free man forward with Wit. Wit looking down and finds Speedy V again. Pass back up to ceiling to leverage down to Speedy is not on its mark, but it is reclaimed by him. Pass in front gets picked off by Steel Skydiver on the shot, and the conversion happens. Transition doesn't happen actually, as the attack comes right back in. Leverage now with the disc and stuffing that one in on a quick little 2-pointer, and we now have a 2-point game on the side of Redshift. Sounds familiar?
Yeah, what a chaotic bubble play that was. Just a lot of staves coming in from Steel, but just, couldn't get out of their side. But just good offense coming in from Kangos. Just good control and just, under pressure. They're just doing very well. But it will be a fast relay play coming in from Redshift Caesar and now passing it down low to Zux. Zux going in for the reset of Steel. Steel now just being patient, just trying to set up this passing play here. Caesar now up high over to Citizen. Citizen over to the post. Zux going in for that shot, but it will be stunned. Will be slapped out over by Kangos, but it just picked up back up. Citizen on the shoulder, going in for that
Ooh.
shot, and just what a shot that was. Good
Yeah,
placement.
Redshift stacked everybody up inside the goalie zone and just had all sorts of distractions going on there. So Citizen had the opportunity to take advantage of that, bringing in this score up now to a 4-point lead, 6-2. Another low-scoring match. It's halfway through this round. We see only a few goals scored. There's long times of possession in between goals. So we see got Kangarillas moving the disc forward. Wit again moving up and not quite finding the pass he wants, but does find Steel Skydiver now as he passes it over as they're under a little bit of pressure to get the disc out of their zone. They do manage to get the clear through. It's a little loose. It takes a scuff bounce off of Geo. It is reclaimed by the side of Kangarillas, but the pass back is unfortunately bounced off Shield. Citizen lurking in the zone, picks it up and brings it in for another another 3, as we have 9-2 lead.
Yeah, that's just a good example why those kind of mistakes are just very not wanted in this high tier of play. Just picked up very easily by Citizen and just going in for that shot, just making that gap much larger for points here. But again, another missed pass, but Kaznaz will be picking it back up, just clearing it all the way through. This will be picked up by Steel over in that back line. Steel just, being patient here. Passing it up high to Citizen. Citizen now down low to the tunnel. A shot is open, a shot is free, and it's in.
Wow. As they say, what a dime. The 37 meters out, 21 seconds since the last goal, and now we have a 10-point game here as Redshift is just running away with round 2. If you're Kangarillas at this point, I would be hitting the pause button. I would be saying, hey, you know what, it's time to talk about things now. But they opted to roll out again. Kaz with the disc again, looking at Freeman underneath in Valley, but chooses to keep walking it up. He does find leverage as he moves forward from the Valley area. And the numbers are up, but then there's the stack from Redshift coming in to steal the disc and send it all the way back downfield. As the stack race is won by Speedy V and Friend, but the damage is pretty well done here. Kangaroos is going to really have to press to get back in this game.
You know, if I was King here again, like you said, I would pause here and just see what we need to do differently, because you know, just Redshift is just a completely different team this round, but it will be cleared out over Steel just on that backline again, just picking up on that clear, just not letting them get any possession time into their zone. Now Citizen with an open three, and he takes it, and it's, you know, 13-point lead now.
Yeah, you just can't let a Citizen take that open shot. He gets free. Doing something to slow him down and not let him get down into that zone is what you got to do. But unfortunately, it's just the wheels are kind of coming off on the Kangarilla side. You got a little bit less than 3 minutes to go in this round. They're down by 13. They got the disc again. Let's see if they can make something happen here. But the pressure's on. Zuck's right on top of Speedy V, gets the drive by. The disc goes back into the Kang side. Citizen with another shot, this time on the goalie, but makes it. Beautiful 19 meter per second,
Wow.
8-meter shot, taking an 18-2 lead. They're on a pace now. That pace has a letter M in the front of that word that comes in front of that.
I wonder where that starts with. I think it's a Mercy.
Mm.
They are on definitely pace to Mercy here, but you know, Kang just, they're still in this, and they could just, you know, like maybe win this, but it's gonna be very difficult. Speedy now going in for that very slow. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a 3, but no, it was a 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, really close to the 3-point line. You can see the 7-meter was on the call there. But yeah. I mean, the slow shot, it gets in, but it slows that Mercy pace down just a little bit. I think it might be a little bit out of reach now mathematically. But you do see Redshift rolling out now. Zucks with the disc after stealing the quarterback. Got the long pass down to Caesar on the relay. Got the cross pass over to Citizen underneath the boot. Gets the shot off, but Leverage has other ideas at hand here as he gets to clear close to going out, but it takes a goofy bounce back into the zone. Zuck's handling it and then up to the ceiling and back into the net. Citizen with the hot hand, pushing another point, 2 points in.
Yeah, well, you know, it's definitely looking like a round here, but
That was a 3.
yeah, that was a 3.
Yeah, it
Do
was
your
a 3.
math.
The man has 18 points.
Stay in school.
That's-
But you know, just heavy pressure coming in from Redshift, and that's just what has given them such a benefit and just a completely different score difference here. They need a 3 to Mercy here, but I don't think they can get it because just, you know, they have other plans. But it will be picked up over by Wit here. Wit has an open shot. He takes it, and he will get it in.
Yeah, Kangaroos will not go roll over easily. They're not going to do it on request. They're not going to do it on demand. They're going to put the fight up to the last minute until the time rolls all the way off the clock. This is what Kang is built of. And, they're a seasoned team. They've been around a long time. This Redshift team has a fire, clearly has a fire. And tonight it's under Zucks. I'm sorry, it's under Citizen. Citizen with so many points, getting so many good opportunities from this team. That shot is an opportunity, but not quite actualized as Zucks cleans it up on the opposite side. Passes it back to Steel Skydiver, who takes a shot just beyond the shield and gets it in. And it is 24-7, friends.
And that will be the official round score, 24-7. You know, just completely different round 2 here if you compare it to the scores of the first round. We'll bring up in a minute. But just, what a game. Redshift definitely just studied in that, like, 1 minute of them being in the tube there. Just, what a game.
Yeah, talk about a team that's answering all the questions the right way. They had the man in the right spot every time there was a free disc. They had the passes on point every time they needed to have them. They had the defense in place every time they needed to have it. I mean, Steel Skydiver having 7 saves on the board. That's insane. Of course, you have Leverage with 7 saves. He matched the 7 saves, and then another 7 from the other guys on Kangarillas. So obviously they were getting shot on quite heavily, and it shows in the saves on the Kangarilla side. But man, what a game! What a great game!
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, not to cut you off there, but we do have another great game to catch on to. So we do have coming up in just a second. We have Ace versus Ash, and that is going to be immediately following this break. So we're going to take ourselves into intermission and reconvene in just a moment. And we're back. Well, I told you it was going to be a quick one, and it was. And we have a humdinger of a ladder match just in front of us here. We have Ash versus Ace. And those teams are the powerhouses of the top of the ladder. So on the Ash side, we have the full rosters: Palace, Beloved, Spin, Desirable, Vanzi, and Azon. Tonight in the arena, Azon, Spin, Palace, and Vanzi. On the Ace side, we have Rox Titan, Rosie Hope, Jiggy, Dash XL, and Saluna 22. Saluna, Rox, Rosie, and Jiggy in the arena tonight. Jiggy, a new addition to the team. I'm Newton Dad. This is Hunavelli, and we are about to have a great game. What do you think, Hunavelli?
I think this is gonna be a really good game. Just very talented rosters, just like Rox and Saluna and Rosie and Jiggy, and all high master players from previous seasons. But I'm excited to see this, and also Palace and Vanzi back on the team together.
Yeah.
I think it was like season 3 was when they were last on the team together in Project Mayhem.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah,
these
I'm
teams
excited to
don't
see
go
them.
away; they just keep reinventing themselves, right?
Yeah,
They, yeah, I mean, we saw the last Kangarillas is now kind of a combination of Illuminati and Kangarillas. You have all these teams. None of them stay consistent 100% of the time, maybe except for Ignite. Redshift is kind of a mush mash of a Amoeba. I'm sorry, Aurora, and Seven, which then became Redshift again. So yeah, it's nothing. Everything old is new again. But what's happening now is I hear the round start is ready, and we're about to see this one go into action. Take it away, Hannibal.
all right, so two talented teams and a very talented match we'll see here. Let's see who can pick it up on this initial joust. It will be picked up over by a very fast stack coming in from Ash here, but it will be picked up over by Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope now just being very patient, going in for that possible clear, but it will be picked up off of the popcorn there. It will be Azon picking it up. Azon now going in for that shot, but Rox Titan just is there to deny it. Rosie Hope now trying to just getting stuck in that tunnel there. A lot of missed passes here, but Rox will be getting it through over to Palace. Palace now slapping it back over into Ace's side. Uh, it will be picked up over by Saluna. Saluna just opting in for the reset of Rox. Rox now on the bow tie, trying to get it through out of their side, and he will complete that task, and it will be picked up by Rosie. Rosie
Wow.
going in for that 2-point shot. Very good positioning from Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie taking that one toucher almost and just bouncing that baby in. Beautiful setup for her on the side of Rock's Titan. It's great to see these teams, that have so much experience in their players and so much poise, and they're just, at the edge of what Master Tier is. All they need is just a little bit more gel and chemistry, and they're just going to be right up there at the top of the ladder in Master Tier, fighting it out with the big guys. We see the pass go through to Palace. Palace taking a long shot, but it does go wide. It is reclaimed by Rock's Titan. Rock's picking up, looking around, and does have the clear, but it takes a little bounce off the lip at the top of Upper Valley, and the shot is through, but it does not make its mark. Azon for the recollect there, and up to Palace. Palace looking to clear it out of the zone.
It will be a good clear and a good bounce over to Vanzi. Vanzi now passing it up high to that wall, but it will be picked up off of, I think that was Palace there. It will be cleared out into Ash's side all the way through.
Ooh,
Almost just a very, planned shot, but it will be picked up over by Spin. Spin clearing it all the way through. Almost picked up by Rox Titan, but he will be a misread. Spin clearing it all the way through. Almost over to Palace. Palace now has the shot. He takes it. Good bounce shot off the backboard there.
you gotta love that wall the bounce off under pressure. There were many people on the Ace team in the zone, but Palace saw the opening off that backboard and took it. It's a tricky shot, especially under pressure, because the cone shape can send the disc everywhere. But that it works out for him that time. We see the Ace rollout going inverted on the ceiling is Rosie Hope. She's looking to toss it across to a teammate and finds Rox Titan in that equation. Rox gets it bounced loose and reclaims it himself. Passes up to Saluna, who's wandering around the top of Valley, upside down as she do now. To Rosie Hope now, who's also inverted. I blame game for the inversion play from most of these players now. The pass goes through. Oh, and the dunk happens. Rox Titan cleaning up the mess, making this a 4-2 game on the side of Ace.
Rox just kind of polishing up that play there, but just very close game so far. We're already almost halfway through. Only 3 minutes in, but same thing. What's time? It will be Ash's disc here, and it will be Spin picking up off that QB play, but it will get a bounce off of one of the players' heads. Jiggy going for that
Oh.
shot, but it just off the ding ring. Palace picking it up, trying to get that clear through, but it will be bounce off. Just a very unfortunate block there. It will be Spin very pressured here, very much pressure there. But he will get just bounced off of Rock's head. That will be picked up back up by Azon. Azon clearing it all the way through. It will be picked up over by Ash, but just a lot of pressure coming in from Jiggy. Jiggy trying to get it back through that tunnel. He will get it, but Palace is there to deny it. He had other plans. A pass down low will be misdirected. Now trying to get it through. It will be all the way through. What a clear that was coming in
Mm.
from Ace. It will be a stack race. Picked up over by Spin. Spin now trying to get that all the way through. Will be misdirected. And just another stun. Lots of pressure coming in from both teams. Rosie now working way down into that valley. Passing across over to Jiggy. Jiggy now back over to Rock's Titan. Rock's pushing in through that bubble. Getting that pass. And getting that shot will be Saluna 22.
Yeah, that's the difference right there between the upper tiers and back into the learning tiers, the lower tiers, is the awareness that that shot of Saluna was hanging out upside down, up above. Yeah, I'm gonna push the disc in. No, you have a pass, and which was way better, and it's such a great decision by Rock's Titan. We see Spin pushing the disc out to Vanzi. Vanzi trying the relay up the side, gets it intercepted by the blue stack. It is loose in the orange trap there, as Palace now takes the pass and pushes it up, gets the relay, but it's intercepted immediately by Saluna 22, and the clear is up into trap, and the second clear is all the way through. We do have a stack race that's going to be won by Ash. The disc is loose, but the friends are there to on the side of Ace to try to bother that up a little bit. So Luna gets the disc and does try the long shot. I know it was definitely an attempt. It didn't make its mark. Jiggy with the disc tries a long
Ooh.
shot again, and that one gets intercepted. Vanzi with the hands this time on defense. The disc is free and then pushed all the way through into the side of Ace.
Now will be a stack race here, picked up over by Ash, and a big save from Rock's Titan. Wow, and just a ginormous clear. What a defensive play that was. And just another shot, but it will be off the mark. Almost picked up by Rocks, but it just will be misdirected as clear out, but no, bounce off the head of Spin. Spin picking it back up, clearing it down low over to the side of Ace. Picked up over by Rocks. Now Rocks trying to just be patient here and just not let them score off of this, but it will be picked up by Palace. Palace clearing it all the way through. No one from Ash is over there though. Just a bounce off the shoulder there. What is happening? It will be picked up by Saluna. Saluna just trying to get that pass over the diamond, but will be picked up by Palace. Palace over to Spin. Spin going for that shot. I could not even catch up on my words with that. That was so chaotic.
What a great turn of events. Ash turning that heavy pressure on their end and their defense into beautiful offense. Vanzi making a couple of saves back there in the play, and then they turn it around for points here, keeping them in the game. It's a 2-point game, 3.5 minutes to go in this first round. It's anybody's ball game still. As you see Saluna and Rosie rolling out together on the ceiling there, inverted, and they get the pass over to Rock's Titan. Rock's pushing it all the way through to the stack. Stack does get it. Saluna's dancing around on the wall trying to get this one cleared, and just manages to squeak it by, but Jiggy wasn't quite in the neighborhood to pick up the loose disc. Spin reclaims it, throws it all the way through. It gets tied up in the valley and reclaimed by Saluna.
Saluna now just being patient here. Will be getting pressured going in for that cross pass over to Rocks. Rocks has the shot. He takes it. Very, that's not what you want on defense if you're on Ash's side, to just leave that goal open, especially with this roster here. Just, if they see a goal open, they'll take that shot, and 9 out of 10 times they will hit it.
Yeah, having Ace step up into a 5-point lead at this point in the game is putting pressure on yourself if you're Ash. Ash has to score essentially right now to stay in this one, to stay effective, and just to keep their momentum going. Great passing play we see coming out, but a stun does interrupt it there as the good clear goes through, and the stack is super fast on the side of Ace. That is Jiggy doing a little dance and making it into the goal there with 21 seconds off the clock since the last one. It is now 11-4 on the side of Ace.
Yeah, Jiggy just doing what he does best, just working his way through and just getting that shot. But 4-11. This is not the score you want if you're on Ash's side, but it will be a QB play. Spin getting that pass over, but it will be just missed. Vanzi trying to pass it over to Palace, but it just will be miscommunicated. Rosie Hope now picking up on that turnover, passing it up high, will be
Oh,
just off the mark of Saluna. Saluna picking it back up after a very, planned and fortunate bounce off a boot and just getting that easy too.
that forward positioning that you saw Selena in is another one of those marks of upper tiered play. Just having somebody up there to clean things up is so advantageous. Rather than turning it over to the defense, having them clear it through and trying to deal with it on your side. Instead, it turns into points. Now it's a 9 point lead on the side of Ace. Spin dishing off from the nest and looking for the slow play as the Ash team chooses to slow things down and not leave their side right away. But the backstack is there to pick it up. And Rosie Hope now picking up that pass. Long shot tried, but just a little bit wide. They do have Rox Titan hanging on the other side of the arena, picking it up and bringing it back to a slowdown now in the back to Jiggy.
And Jiggy just, being very patient, waiting for that pressure and just drawing out the defender there. Saluna now working way up on the ceiling, just in that inverted position. I blame Lemming. Saluna now just passing it across over to Rox Titan. Rox now down low over to Jiggy. Jiggy pushing through that bubble, going for that pass, but Saluna will get stunned there. Picked back up over by Saluna. Rox Titan on the bow tie, going for that cross pass to
Oh,
the shoulder. Jiggy just off the mark of that shot will be picked up over almost by Spin there, but will be stunned out. A lot of pressure coming in from both teams. Spin getting that clear through, and will be picked up over by Vanzi. Vanzi going for that shot and just closing that gap just a bit, but that will be the round.
yeah, that's the points, but that's not going to help them. It's good for momentum, though, for sure. You want to see your team doing something positive, especially as you're heading into the mid round and to talk about things in the locker room. But let's take a look at the stats when they come up here. Some really really great offensive aggression coming out on the side of Ace through this whole round. The scores, the defense, definitely all on their side. We see the point leader right now is Rosie Hope, actually, the defensive player for Ace. So unexpected, but is definitely part of it. To see those things, it's points spread out all the way across the board. Also, everybody on Ace has points. Almost everybody on Ash has points. So this game is very, very, very well played right now. Possession, the key factor I like to look at this time on the side of Ace, and definitely producing scores out of the time they have with Disc.
Yeah, just a lot of possession time coming in from Ace here,
Hmm.
and they've definitely made notice of that with that 13-6 win. But if I'm Ash right here, I would try and just play up to the pressure and momentum of Ace here, and just try and keep it a little bit closer, and just maybe try and win. Obviously, that's what you want to do when you're just going into a game. But just let's see. That last game, Red Shift versus Kangarillas, there's a completely different second round from the first round. But
Very
let's
true.
see if Ash can, try and turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, there's opportunities to make all kinds of adjustments when you're playing a team that plays as quick and clean as Ace does. Ash now making those opportunities happen. Vanzi taking the first 3 pointer and sinking it 7 seconds off of the clock. So they're starting out this round absolutely the way they need to, putting Ace on the back foot and staying. We're here. We're gonna play, and you can't just walk away with this.
Yeah, they need to keep this momentum if they want to just win this round. That great three coming from Vanzi though, but Rosie Hope picking up on that QB on the ceiling, passing it up to that valley area to Saluna. Saluna over the rocks, rocks over to Jiggy. Just lots of passes, but Jiggy just could not find the handles of a Geo, but it will be passed up high
Oh.
and almost a great save, but spin, but it just kind of bounces off, or he put it in.
Yeah,
I don't know what
unfortunately,
happened, but very unfortunate.
I was sitting right on top of him, and he pulled that one into the goal. Unfortunate.
Ah,
He got the save. He kept it from being a three, so it is a 1 point lead still to his side. So I mean, sometimes that's a moral victory, anyways, and your brain can say, well, I had my hand on it. I was there. Vanzi handling the disc now in the rollout. We see him slowing down just a little bit, which is a little bit out of character for Ash. Taking the long shot, though, he doesn't need anybody to be in the way of that one because that one goes in. 11 seconds off the clock. That was a 26-meter crank at 18 meters per second. Vanzi is absolutely cracked from that zone and can hit him every time.
like I said in last round, just you can't leave that goal open. If you have just high tier players like this, they'll 9 out of 10 times they'll hit that shot. But A stack from Rosie and Saluna will get stunned out here, trying to go for that dribble play, but will be turned over. Vanzi handling it. Vanzi just getting an unfortunate bounce, and it will be cleared up by Ace. Spin trying to get it, but will be pressured. Saluna. Saluna has that shot. She shoots it. It will be just off the mark though. Jiggy now picking up on that rebound. Jiggy working his way up on the wall over to the Ghost, over to the side. Rosie Hope, Rosie, it's over to Saluna. Just great passing play over there coming from Ace.
Yeah, beautiful passing. I mean, we all strive to have a team that moves the disc as cleanly as that. I mean, even though they were a little bit scuffed in their play, it was the second attempt into the area, but that still recovered cleanly and wound up in points. It's just a 2 point game now. Ben handling the disc has a 2 point advantage now, which is nice for them because it's the first one of the first leads they've had. It goes back to spin as they're kind of still slowing down the play. Ace attacking with a double stack, so they're looking to really be aggressive here and work the speed. Saluna working the speed gets the disc, but does get stunned out for her efforts. Jiggy now dancing around on Pac-Man, looking for a friend, but doesn't have enough time to find one. Palace reclaiming the free disc now and bounces it into the zone of Ace. The free disc is just floating. Everybody's coming in slow, but the stack finally does make it there for the side of Ace and clears it all the way back out.
What a behind the back clear. But it will be picked up by Rox Titan. Rox, a lot of pressure just trying to go for that shot, but it will be off the mark. Picked up over by Spin. Spin getting pressured again. Palace going in for that long clear, but will getting the very small bounce in that valley there to send all the way back. Will be picked up by Rosie. Rosie has the shot. She shoots it and gets it in.
You just really have to appreciate the accuracy of this shooting. I love it. When the throws are coming in from beyond the teens, it just starts looking so cool to see those long shots go in. It's working for Ace. Ace takes a 1 point lead here, so that three really helps him out. Takes him 1 point up, and now Spin is working the disc out again with Palace taking the first pass, and then Vanzi taking the second. Vanzi passing it back to Spin. Spin looking now for the pass to Palace forward. As he works the wall, gets a floor pass across, but it is picked off. A little free disc there as nobody manages to claim it. It is back in the hands of Saluna, who sends it all the way through deep, finds the connection to Rosie, but it's just off the ding ring, unfortunately, and is reclaimed by Spin.
Now Spin will be passing over to that stack over by A Ash. I mean, God, their name is so confusing to pronounce, but it will be a reset over to Palace. Palace now working his way through, passing it down low over to Vanzi. Vanzi, oh, pass back over to Azon. Azon going in for that 2 point shot. Good control there just to get them that 1 point lead.
Yeah, we're almost halfway into this round. We see some very, very even play going on here. Vanzi, our point leader on the side of Ash right now, and Rosie Hope, the point leader on the side of Ace. The stat comes in for Ace, is now on the ceiling, passes it over to Rox. Rox making the connection over to Jiggy. Jiggy looking for Saluna, finds her. She walks it up slowly under no pressure yet. The pass goes wild a little bit and winds up getting picked up by Spin and pushed all the way through back into the Ace zone. I'm noticing a little difference in the attack pattern on Ace. They're just making a couple of mistakes, and they're starting to get punished for it. That's why Ash is still in this game. But the disc is picked up by Rox Titan. Rox into the tunnel, but under pressure there as the stacks do come in and reclaim it on the side of Ash.
Yeah, just, good control coming in from Ash, but Ash, Spin trying to go for that shot, but will be denied by Rox. Denied again by Spin, getting that disc loose. Trying to go for that reset. Back over to Azon. Azon now down in the trench, going to the pass to Spin. Spin working his way through the bubble. Down low. Up high is Vanzi with that 2 point shot.
Yeah, Vanzi laying in wait underneath the goal. Nobody picked him up. There were two players in the net, Rosie and +1, and the +1 didn't manage to see Vanzi down there in that dangerous spot underneath the goal. Takes it into a 3 point lead now for Ash. Ash is still in this, making this interesting. They need this round to stay in this game. Best of three. We are one game to nothing so far with Ace in the lead. As Ace does walk the disc in, Jiggy under no pressure at the moment. Looking around, still checking his six. Makes the shot in, but Spin picks up the easy shot and clears that one all the way out just past the hands of Rosie Hope. As now they're in a foot race to get it. It's an open shot, and it is sunk by Palace.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning of this round, they needed to keep up that momentum, and clearly they are with that 6 point lead. Uh, just great control and just a lot of good plays coming in from Ash, but Ace just still a very talented team. So let's see if they can make anything of it. It will be a stack over on that QB position, but will be picked up by Vanzi. Vanzi just getting a disc loose over to Rosie. Rosie trying to go for that cross pass maybe, but it will be very good bounce down over to Jiggy. Jiggy on the wall now. Just juking around the defender, going for that cross pass. And Rosie just finishing that play.
Yeah, Rosie Hope, nailing that shot from just 3 meters out. But slowing down the bleeding. What I was looking at was the stats on Spark. Thank you, Spark, for all the wonderful data we get from it. But three unanswered scores now with that drought broken now, and the first pass comes out to Vanzi, working this lead now 13-9, trying to hang on to this as we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. The pass goes into the bubble and it is captured again by Vanzi. The
Ooh,
hands by Rox Titan, though, manages to grab that. I don't think he was even looking at that. Grabs it, throws it out. Saluna reclaiming it there just at the mid zone. The long pass forward, or the clear, just dings off the side. Rosie Hope makes an attempt from the shoulder, but doesn't quite make it. Jiggy cleaning that one up, passes it back to Rosie. Rosie tried to bounce
oh
off the
my.
back and doesn't make it. It gets picked up by Palace and cleared completely through.
Those missed shots is not what you need if you're in the position of ace, and especially you're just right there, just getting punished for it by spin and just getting that three on the goalie. Uh, just if you're ace right here, you do not want those misses, especially from that close of range. It's just like a 2 point shot, but it's very it's what you'd like to see if you're on coming from Ash's side. But will be Ace picking the disc back up, going in for this stack QB play. I'm curious to see how this works. Jiggy just losing the hands on it will be picked up by Rox. Rox trying to slap that through. Will be slow and spin. Work getting it, clearing that through. Will be picked up over by Rox Titan. Rox over to Saluna. Saluna just
Oh.
getting that shot. It is now a 4 point game. And let's see if Ace can keep up this momentum.
Yeah, we have 60 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a very hard hill to climb to get 4 points in that 60 seconds. Not completely undoable, but definitely a hard hill to climb. I was kind of wondering why Ace hadn't taken a timeout when the points were routed in unanswered, but they didn't do it. So let's see if it does pay off for them as the passes go deep into their zone. Ash on the attack, Azon with a shot, dings it on the bounce throw. Saluna with the reclaim and gets to clear all the way through. It's gonna make it through. The stacks are on, but the stacks all are orange at the moment. So it is Ash that's gonna pick that up and clear it all the way through. Looks like there is a couple players in the mid run there. Rox Titan picking it up and pushing it back through to Saluna. Saluna with a long shot. It's gonna be just off the mark. It bounces high, and it is now free disc and back into the mid. It looks like that's gonna be it. 10 seconds to wind this clock down.
Yeah, that will be the round, and it will be taken by Ash. And Palace just going for that extra points just to get that 6 point lead. And what a round! What a completely different round that was. And just good job all around from both teams. But just Ash, they picked up on that momentum they had from that very first three coming from Vanzi. But yeah, it was a good job.
Yep, we saw good speed, and that's the timeout coming in. So there's going to be some discussions had on one of these sides as we get the possible 5 minute timeout, up to 5 minute timeout in the mid round here. But we'll take a look around and see what's going on. First off, on the stats, we see on the side of Ash, what happened differently. Possession definitely happened differently. They did bring up some possession times, but we do see Vanzi on the board now with 12 points, the new points leader on his side. Palace coming up second with 9 points, Spin 7, and Nazon 2. So we're seeing good balance across the attacking side now. The assists up pretty high, so we're feeding the front pretty well. Good saves across the board as well. Stun game is definitely something that some people play hard, some people don't play as hard. I like to see a good 2-rounder going into 40 stuns, so that's Palace doing the work that I like to see. But on the other side, what are you seeing on stats over there for Ace, Hanveli?
Over there for Ace, just Rosie Ho being the point leader here, closely followed in by Saluna. Just I have from what I know, just two good friends,
Mhm.
and yeah, just a lot of possession time coming in from Ace here. Just Selena with 3 minutes of possession time. That's a lot. And also Rosie Hope with 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Um, but you know, just a lot of control coming in from both teams, and just Ash just they converted quicker on offense, and they converted quicker on both like parts of the floor a lot quicker than Ace could. That's kind of what I saw.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of on Ace's side, they kind of do what Ignite does, which is they don't put a planted goalie in goal until they're absolutely under attack. So you saw sort of that transition getting caught a little bit as nobody was in the goal a few times and open shots came in, or the goals came in from further out. So if you can tie them up and bring them out, and then you can you know penetrate that the bubble from further out. That seems to be the meta that I saw, working a little bit better for them. It's anything and everything can happen on these games. The top of the ladder, is definitely just a dogfight. Everybody up there is absolutely worthy of being there. Everybody up there has put in the work and has the quality players to show for it. We do hear the timeout coming off, but we're probably going to about a minute or so from the break being over, if I'm to guess properly, about 50 seconds. So yeah, just after this game, we will be seeing another Master Tier game. We have Redshift versus Instinct, that team that you may or may not have heard of, last year's champions under the name of New York Kings, renamed Instinct now for Season 5, fighting with their undefeated record. Redshift, who you just saw beating who did they win? Who was the game? It went out straight out of my brain.
Redshift just beat Kang.
Kangarillas, that's the guys. Yeah, so we just saw a Redshift and Kang, a great game as well. So as we wrap this breakup, 15 seconds going to the third round, pretty much anything can happen. We're all just kind of riding on this roller coaster ride together, and with teams at this caliber, it's anybody's moment.
Yeah, I also want to point out the stuns from both teams. Like Palace and Rocks Titan, they're over 40 stuns. That's insane. That's just in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it will be this neutral joust here, and let's see who can pick it up first. It will be picked up over by Ash from that stack of Azon and Palace. Azon now passing it down low over to Vanzi. Vanzi over to Spin. Spin going in for that shot, but will be stuffed over by Rosie Hope. Rosie just losing the hand on the disc there. Down over to Azon. Azon just weaving the defender there and just getting that dunk in.
Yeah, dunk points are almost always sure points, and you saw the front back play that just kind of fell apart as Rosie Hope had a good grab on it, but she did get stunned out in the middle of trying to clear it. So that stun turns into points, and that's a big factor. If you can turn those loose disc moments, those chaos moments into points, you're going to do well. You see the disc coming up on the ceiling now in the stack of Rosie, but it is immediately picked off by Ash and dumped right back in by Palace. 17 meters, 16 meters per second, 7 seconds off the clock. So Ash is coming out here on fire with a purpose. They want round 3.
Definitely, as we can see from that huge 3-point shot from Palace. Just getting that 5-point lead already. Not even, well, actually just barely a minute in. But it will be another stun picked up by Ash. Palace just missing the shot there. Or sorry, that was Vanzi. It will be picked up. There's a lot of confusion here, but it will be a cut pass over to Azon and getting that 7-point lead just very early on in this game.
Yeah, pressure's everywhere. Somehow Jiggy lost the handle on it underneath after the reclaim, and the disc just sailed free in front of the net. It was picked up again by Ash and punished. So 7 points quick off the lead in of round 3 here. You see Ash changing it up a little bit, sending one up Rosie Hope up on the QB, working out slowly under almost no pressure. Now the Azon comes into pressure. That as the pass does get through to Jiggy, a long throw in, but it is picked up immediately by Spin. Spin returning it back into the blue zone. It's loose, but Rocks Titan punishes it for just a moment, does manage to keep a hold of it. May get the clear here, but doesn't. Vanzi has another idea, pushes it back up to Spin, and Spin has the idea of setting this to be a 10-point lead right out of the gate on the side of Ash. There is the
Wow, and
timeout.
there is the timeout coming in from Ace,
Exactly.
presumably.
Yeah,
What
I'm
the
gonna guarantee you that was the blue side.
Yeah. What a wow. Just completely just taking over that momentum will be just Ash. And as you can see, just that 10 points. And it's not even 3 minutes into the game yet.
Yeah,
That
Law's
is
already
that
calling a
is
mercy,
crucial.
so that's a kind of gutsy Law, but we'll we'll take that input. B
Yeah.
Love says in the chat, "Wow." Big Rome says, "Ace broke. What happened? What happened to Ace?" Oculusator yelling, "Time out, guys! Come on, get out of there." Yeah, I mean this is when you back up and if you rocks Titan in the gang, you kind of say, "Okay, guys, chill. This is not over. We can do this."
Yeah, this isn't
It
over quite yet.
right. I mean, they just did 10 points in a couple of minutes here. We can do 10 points in a couple of minutes. It's all turnabout. Turnabout is fair play. Flynn bringing up the fact that Jiggy is new to the team is true. This is Jiggy's first week on this team, on this roster. It is always hard to swap roster players, especially starters. And you like to to hope that you can get out of the gate and see good stuff. No matter what happens in this game, both these teams are headed for the Challenger Cup. No questions asked. This is just more or less a formality. This is pride points. This is to show who can claim the better team on the day. But right now in this moment, Ash is showing that they are not messing around. As Ace now has to come answer for a 10-0 deficit.
Yeah, so it will be this QB coming in from Ace. Ace. They're trying to get that clear out, but just off the mark will be slapped over by Palace. It will be picked up here by Staluna. Staluna just getting that clear all the way through down in that trench area, but will be picked up by Spin, getting it back through. Just very good defense coming in from Ash, and it's just kind of what they need right now if they want to, push for this Mercy one. But it will be picked up over by Rock's Titan. A lot of pressure coming in from Spin. Rock's passing it over to Rosie Hope. Rosie Hope now just trying to be patient, drawing out these defenders here. But Azon getting it through, going for that long shot, and
Oh,
just dinged off that top pocket there. Very sad moment to see. But Vanzi back over, it's trying to get Azon there, but it will be off the mark. Another just pick up by Vanzi. Vanzi cross over to Palace. Palace pushing that bubble, getting that shot in. It will be a 12-point lead now for Ash.
yeah, Ace is under constant pressure. Everywhere they have the disc, they have a man in their face. Everywhere. When they're trying to pass, there's a person there. When they're trying to clear, there's a person there. When they're trying to defend, there's a person there. This has changed. I do believe that Ash has moved to man coverage, and it is working quite well against the double stack. As you hear some stuns going in the arena, that's that back stack getting torn up and not making it through on the side of Ace. As the pass and the interception happens, Azon making the connection on behalf of
Wow.
Vanzi, and that thing is in 15-0 now. Unanswered points aplenty. It is raining points for Ash.
If I'm Ace here, I would not do this stack QB play because it's Ash is picking up on it very easily and just reading it. But just like I said, they're gonna switch it up here. But Saluna, just being patient here, passing it over the cross over to Jiggy. Jiggy, getting it back through. Will be picked up by Rosie Hope. Rosie now just stuck in the tunnel, pushing her way up very slowly. Rosie crossed down low to Jiggy. Jiggy pushing up over to Saluna. Saluna getting points here finally for Ace.
Right, we're halfway, literally just now halfway into this round. The first 2 points for Ace being scored. What you saw there, in my opinion, is Ace trying to take control of the game, slowing it down, doing things on their terms. They have to do things on their terms. They cannot play Ash's game. Spin taking the disc now, pushing it out to Vanzi. Vanzi getting cut off. Rocks Titan with a shot. It is off the mark, but it comes right back to him for a second attempt, and he makes that one. Don't give him 2 tries to make a 3 because that half of them are going to go in for sure.
Yeah, well, it's just Ash was almost there, but just could not get the hands on it. Rocks just getting those 2 free shots. Just it was a 50-50 chance, but it will be Ash here going in for that very quick QB pass down deep. It will be picked up over by Saluna on Ace's side. Rock's Titan getting pressured here very heavily by this stack of Ash. I mean, very similar names. It's
Yeah.
getting me tongue twisted. But Rosie just getting picked off there by Palace. Palace now resetting back all the way through over to that stack and goal. There will be a dribble play here, just a clear and boost. Let's see who can get it first. It will be picked up by uh, Vanzi, and Vanzi getting that 2-point shot inside the bubble of Ace.
Yeah, Ash really seems to have figured out what's going to work tonight for them against Ace. They're outrunning them and outrunning them handily. I mean, they had all the time in the world, and 3 players down the field. Is thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I just hydrated myself.
So
The
did I.
launch comes out, and we see Saluna on the ceiling. She's slowing it down, looking around. You know, you never see Ace roll all the way through and try to push forward on the rollout. They are always stopping on the ceiling and setting up the play. It's something that Ignite does as well, and it works quite well when it works. But sometimes with this pressure we're seeing tonight, it has broken up, and it has not worked every time. Saluna, under very little pressure though right now, she's moving forward. She gets a high pass at the top to Rosie Hope to Rocks, and that is in for another 2 points as we see it's now a 10-point game again.
Yeah, just good control coming in from Ace, and just lots of good passes and lots of good thinking. But will be Ash here coming out of this tunnel for just trying to get converted some points. But it will be Spin picking up another fast QB pass, but it will be off the mark. Just Azon trying to track it down, will get pressured. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Azon making that grab and just running the Dunkachino backwards as he just slid it off the backhand. That was a really nice spin work there. We see 19-7, 2.5 minutes. The hill is just getting steeper and steeper for Ace. They've got to stop the scoring coming in because this is they're not going to be able to come back from it. It's just too much.
Yeah, this 12-point lead is just not what Ace wants, and definitely not what they need. Rosie now just being very patient, just working her way through, all the way through, almost into this bubble here without getting pressured at all. Rosie just working her way through, getting that pass, but will be misdirected, picked up over by Ash, and just clearing it all the way through. Will be picked up again by Azon. Azon going in for that deep clear, but Rox Titan just had other plans and was there to deny it. But will be cleared all the way through by Rox, trying to get his Rosie, but will be heavily pressured by Palace. Palace getting that clear all the way through, will be picked up over by Ace. Rosie Hope getting that pass over to Jiggy. Jiggy getting that pass over to Saluna. Lots of good control here and a lot of good, very good shot. Oh my.
Yeah, I think, that's a great play, but unfortunately, it's a great play that is just going to come too late in the game for Ace. They're looking at 9 points they need to make in about a minute, and the math does not work very well for that. As we know, the resets take about 15 seconds each, so that's 30 seconds off the clock. They have to be scoring very quickly and making threes at this point to get anywhere close to this game, and I do believe it's out. Palace working the disc, working the clock. Passing low, they're into the bubble again, so this is absolutely where Ace doesn't want them to be. Palace the cross over to Vanzi, and it's in, and that will definitely be the ice. 21-10 so far. It's not over, but it's definitely not looking so good for Ace.
Yeah, not looking good for them at all. This is not, I think, what everyone expected the outcome to be. Like Desirable brought up the 60-6 connoisseur votes. Ace just having that lead there, but just what a game. Just Ash just completely turning it around. But Rox Titan over in the tunnel getting it stolen by Vanzi. I wonder what they're trying to do here. Just trying to waste time, or I don't know. But Rox Titan again with the disc, evading this defender, trying to get some last points, but that pass over to Jiggy will be missed, and that will be the game.
That is the end of this round. That is.
I love you too, Swag.
Aw, we do love Swag. Swag's great.
We love Swag War.
That's some prediction points going pretty heavily to a few fancy winners there. But we are definitely out of time here, and we need to jump straight ahead to the next game. Next game being Instinct versus Redshift. We're going to change the titles up, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and this is the third of three matches. It's a Redshift versus Instinct Master Tier match. Redshift, who you saw just earlier tonight, perhaps coming off a win with on Kangarillas. Instinct, who has beat everybody. So we are looking forward to a fantastic match here. Master Tier, leading into the Elite Cup, Challenger Cup weekend coming up next week. This is the best of the best, and this is the kind of matches that I love seeing. I'm Newton Dad, and with me in the booth tonight is Hanavelli. Hanavelli, how things going, man?
Things are going great. That last game was insane. Yeah, it was a great game. Good
Proof positive that
performance.
absolutely anything can happen at any moment in Echo Arena.
It's
You
an
know, the Master Tier,
example.
the Master Tier is a good example of how a lot of topsy turvy stuff has happened even in this season, in this cycle. You've seen teams as low as 8 and 9 beating teams as high as 3 and 4. So seeing those things flip around, it's an interesting dynamic, and it's happening across the board. It's not only NA is where that's happening; it's also happening in EU. So everywhere you turn, there's one main team basically in NA. There's these guys Instinct, and in EU there's Blast, and then there's a kind of a scrum of the next 3 or 4 teams, and then there's another scrum of the next kind of area. So this is always fun to watch the teams at the very top take on the ones kind of in this first echelon. Seeing how good can they do against a team like Instinct? How good can Redshift do against a team like Instinct? They could have a crazy night. They could have some battle axe of a night and surprise a bunch of people. Or maybe Instinct is going to do the things Instinct does. So it could go either way. We're just waiting for the ready ups to happen here, and looking forward to showing you guys a really fantastic match.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to watch Instinct play the reigning champs of VRML so far.
Right, prediction polls out there too,
yeah.
so get those in while you can.
All right, well, I think we are almost ready here. I heard one of the bells.
Yep. Oh, so yeah, we have. Wonder says we have a dead player, so we're probably hanging out waiting for that ready up to come from Strimbitsky, who's currently a corpse in the blue locker room, face
He's
down
flabbergasted.
in the gutter. Yeah, it happens. You put the headset down, you take a breather.
It's
right
the
before the game.
stress.
It's definitely the stress. It's definitely a stress. Saying hi to the chat group tonight. Sputnik Cobra, I see you out there. I see.
Sputnik is the absolute hater of Redshift.
Aw, he says nothing but mean things about his team, but he loves them. Those are his babies. These are his boys.
Yeah, those are his children. He's
Yeah.
Father Jeben.
I mean, Citizen and Zux have been around Redshift and around Sput for forever. So those
Yeah.
guys, they've taken these new ruffians on and Caesar and Steel Skydiver, but probably out of pity. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe
Definitely
they
out
have.
of pity. Definitely out of pity.
They may have a little bit of skill here and there. I've seen Steel Skydiver play. He might be able to play a little bit of goal. Caesar may have some moves in the front end. Who knows?
I'm going to say something different, but no.
But the absolute, crazy madmen in the arena are absolutely the Instinct team. The reigning world NA champs, taking the throne away from Ignite last season. You got Meatballer, who's the new sub. You got Strim Cruising and Ender filling out the main roster there as usual. On the Redshift side, Zuck, Caesar, Citizen, and Steel. So this is going to be a really fun game if we can get Strimbitsky to come back to the world. Oh, he's awake. I guess it was a Canadian break.
He's alive.
Maybe there's different labor laws in Canada where you get at least another 2 more minutes to nap before the game. But,
He had to make some syrup real quick.
had to make some maple syrup.
Yeah.
it's cold. Maybe he needed a little hot toddy, a little whiskey in his coffee or something to get him going before this game. As the blue team readies up, and it is time.
It is time indeed. So it will be the neutral joust here, and we'll get ready to go here soon. I'm excited. I think everyone else is here too. It will be Instinct versus Redshift, and let's see who can get the joust first. It will be picked up by Redshift. Citizen now with the disc, working his way onto that station. Citizen just losing the hand over to Ender. Ender clearing that all the way through, and it's in. What a shot.
Ender. Ender saying hello. Saying, yeah, I'm gonna set the tone for this game, and here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna sink a 40-meter here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is what's gonna happen.
14 seconds off the clock. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, what indeed? What was that? Besides amazing. You see Steel Skydiver rolling that one out and finding Citizen moving forward to the relay, got the pass to the high side, and
Ooh.
just denied by the hands of, I'm sure, Cruising. I didn't quite see who had it. Steel Skydiver reclaiming that with loose disc on the back line, looking around for a friend, finds one. And this time it's Zux, passes forward again, trying to push it up. Caesar with some moves
Ooh.
and gets it in for the first 2 points on Redshift side. It's now 2-3, side of Instinct.
Caesar doing what he does best, just working his way through off of that backboard, as we can see in just, numerous of games of both teams that he's played on. But very talented player and also just good play. But I will be Instinct on this QB play. Will be Cruising, picking it up, passing it over to Meatballer. Meatballer now just evading that defender, getting it all the way through. Ender getting just very pressured here, but going in for that
Oh,
shot, and just what a shot. Just like I said before, just leaving that goal open is not what you want to see here, especially in this high of tier of play. That's not
Ender
what you want.
Ender dropping his standards in half now, or almost in half, cutting that one down to a mere 26 meters out. I guess he's only going to shoot threes tonight. I don't know. I mean, if you leave the lane open for him, you're giving him no choice. He's just going to take those shots on you all night. Citizen moving the disc forward, looking for how he's going to get out of this pinch. Does choose to opt back to Steel Skydiver in the reset. They do push forward a little bit. Finds Caesar, but Caesar's under pressure immediately. Ender working that midfield hard, and they do managed to break the disc free. Instinct breaks it free. Does go back and Steel Skydiver pushes it forward again, looking for Zux. Got Zux, and immediately Zux is taken apart by the stack, and the disc is cleared.
All right, so will be Zux with it, but just getting stuffed by Ender. Ender, not getting that shot back in. It would have actually made me cry if he got it in. It will be picked up over by Redshift, going in for that shot, but just off the mark. Shrembitsky now with possession over deep on his side, just passing it over to Caesar. Apparently, Caesar down low over to Citizen, and Cruising just denying it. Cruising back in goal, getting stuffed by Shrembitsky. Shrem clearing it all the way through that right tunnel there. Just good defensive play, going in for that shot. Ender again. Just wow.
I see a pattern here. Ender cuts his distance down another 10 meters. So the next one's going to be 7 meters or 6, right?
And then it's gonna be 0.
And then he's going to dunk one, right? So he's just, he's just
And then
taking
he'll
his
never
shot.
score again.
He's taking his practice shots from all over the arena. It's 9-2 now on the side of Instinct. Redshift hanging on for dear life here and pushing through into the blue bubble, but nobody's free. Citizen claims the disc, does get it off the dome of Cruising, so Cruising doing him a favor, letting that one go through off of his noggin, and it is now a 4-point to 9-point, 5-point difference. Instinct is definitely rolling here. They're having a good time. You see Redshift is pushing forward fast, so maybe that's a strat that's going to work for him.
Yeah, definitely not holding on for dear life, but as you can see, but it will be picked up by Steel Skydiver. Steel throwing it all the way down deep over to Instinct's side, but will be slapped out by Cruising. It will be picked up here by Zux. Zux opting in for that reset over to Steel Skydiver. Steel now just being patient, drawing out this defender. Shrem just getting drawn out. Citizen trying to fight a pass, but Ender just, a lot of pressure he is applying here. Getting that clear all the way through. It will be Meatball. Meatball going in for that shot, just getting it again.
Yeah, Meatballer not to be outdone by Ender. I guess he got the memo. We're going to shoot long tonight. We're going to shoot clear tonight, and this is the 4th three-pointer in a row on the side of Instinct now. They're just shooting threes from everywhere in the arena.
Yeah, just 3 after 3 after 3. But it will be Steel Skydiver on the QB, getting it stolen by Meatballer. Meatball passing it over to Cruising. Cruising going in for that shot, but will be dinged off of that top pocket there. Will be missed over by that stack from Redshift. Meatballer going in for that shot again. Another 3 coming in from Instinct.
Yeah, Meatballer lowering the standards as far as they've been lowered on the side of Instinct tonight. A mere 12 meters out. But yet another three, 16 seconds off the clock this time is a 50, it's 11 points. It's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination, except for the fact that you're playing the reigning champs. So that being the statement makes it so much harder. It makes the pressure on as the pressure does come in on the forward stack. Caesar looking at a shot, but just missed it the front side of the goal. It is reclaimed by Meatballer, looking for the long clear, gets it to bounce around into the midfield there, is being chased down by Strembitsky, who doesn't have any pressure right now. Looking around, the goal is occupied currently, so that's a plus on the side of
What?
Redshift, but then that happens. Yeah. So
It
a
was a
headbutt
cut
goal,
pass.
headbutt goal off of Meatballer. A little help from your friends there as the shortest goal of the night from 5 meters out. 17-4.
Yeah, just it was definitely a meant to be a pass over to Meatball. Just getting that in, but it will be still Skydiver passing it over to the right tunnel over to Citizen. Citizen now back down to Caesar. Caesar down low over to Zux. Zux going for that shot. Great shot placement.
Yeah, absolutely what Redshift needs to have happen. They need to get something going, need to get some momentum going, need to find their rhythm, need to find something that's not under constant pressure. So figure out a way to get maybe another four guys on the field for yourselves. I don't know. Something's got to change though. As you see the rollout coming out from Instinct, it got the low pass and it does make it to its mark. Meatballer rolling backwards, finding Strem looking for cruising, but
Ooh.
just gets it intercepted. It is cleared out by Steel Skydiver. Great hands on the defense there. Long clear, but no stacks coming through on the side of Redshift. So it is the Instinct guys picking it up and bringing it back to the midfield. Ender looking around for what's going to happen there. Sends another long one in, but it doesn't quite make it past Shield. Strembitsky to reel it in there at the Shield, brings it to the other side and puts it in for the first 2-pointer of the night for Instinct.
Yeah, that was the first two
Actually,
of the
second.
night.
Meatballer
Or
off
second.
Meatballer's
Oh
head.
yeah. It was a second, but whatever. Um, uh, just Strem just finding those gaps in the defense and just pressuring them, just poking little holes. But still passing it over to Zux. Zux getting very pressured here, or yeah, playing under pressure. Citizen back down to Caesar. Caesar dunking that in to the stunned goalie of Cruisin'.
I mean, disc movement is a thing, and to be able to do that on instinct is an accomplishment. That is actually rather good. And I
Yeah.
mean, you got to take your positives where you can take them. In this game, the middle game is everything. Is anything is I mean is practically the whole game. Meatballer getting unfortunately not pressured, moving through. Fortunately for him, looking for friends and finds them. Strembitsky and then Ender on the other side as the passes get intercepted. Reset actually goes back. And we're looking at just another slow roll as Instinct is sharks in the water, looking for the blood here. Oh,
Wow.
geez, Strambisky using the edge of the ring to bounce it back in. Dirty, 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 dirty.
Just a great control and just like they're just breaking down this defense just with ease as it seems, but just that's very difficult to do and just they make it look easy. But it will be Redshift here on this QB play, still passing it over to Citizen, a very short pass of we've seen the first time we've seen a short pass of like the night on their QB. But Caesar down low to Zux. Zux back cross to Citizen, but it will be off the mark, picked up by Strembitsky. They have a dribble play going. It will be picked up over by the hands of Zux. Redshift slapping that all the way through. Meatballer just picking it back up, back over to Ender. Ender pressuring that bubble and just dunking it all the way through.
Mm, super style points. Super style points from Ender there. How do you solve a problem like that? All you can do is hope that somebody else comes along and stuns him. I mean, the goalie's not going to be able to do much there, as we have a 23-8 point game. The clock is rolling down. We're inside the last minute here, so the passes do come out from Redshift. Redshift looking for a high pass to the top there. Citizen with the disc drops it down low, but doesn't find anybody to connect with. It does come back into Steel Skydiver, who swats it forward and bounces it off the wall. Citizen looking for the pass, bounces it off the floor, doesn't make a connection. It's up there in the shoulder area. The little stuns come out, but the disc is free for a second. Ooh, connection made behind the goal, but Cruisin', ever present in that goal area, says no thank you, no more points this round, and we will move on to the next one.
Yeah, just Great round coming in from Instinct. Just that score of 23-8. Um, yeah, what a round that was actually. Redshift did do a good job in most parts though, of just like breaking down their defense, but just Instinct just doing their thing.
Right. I mean, yeah. How do you solve a problem that of the best team in the league? You have to go out there and try everything, try anything, be creative. But sometimes it's just a matter of playing it out, learn your lessons, and live to fight another day. Palador likes to say that any game that makes it to 20 points, you're seeing a team that's really executing well, and that's what you're seeing in Instinct. Instinct, basically, having almost no flaws in their metal. They just continue to bring it and bring it and bring it, and don't have a lot of things to worry about on the other side. They're winning the stack races, they're winning stuns, they're winning pretty much on every column. Everything's falling into place for them. And that's what happens when you have a team that's just that solid. The kudos to Redshift, as much as Sputnik Cobra proclaims his love for them. They are really doing well and doing well in this cycle. They're absolutely not in risk of being relegated. They're winning matches and they're having a good time. It's a fun team to watch. As we see round 2 coming in, here we go.
Yeah, so it will be this neutral joust again for the round 2. It will be picked up by Instinct here. Meatballer now pushing his way through, having Ender on his back, but Ender just running away. Meatballer now working his way through on the cloud up high to Ender. Ender down to Shram, but it will be missed. Will be picked up by Citizen on that turnover, clearing it all the way through that low valley, getting it all the way through. Picked up by Steel Skydiver and just coming out strong with that 3-point shot.
And you know what? I mean, what you saw there was a rare missed cut pass from Instinct, which was then punished by Redshift. So adapting and moving forward to an aggressive stance when you come out of a defensive win. That's that's the things that need to happen on the side of Redshift. You see Cruisin working the disc forward. Oculus 8 are not in this game tonight. With Strembitsky at the disc now with long shot, but it is picked up by Steel Skydiver. He's working the floor looking for the friend to come out of this equation here, and does find one. It moves around, literally around the tunnel, all the way toilet bowls around it. But it is found loose again on the side of Instinct, batted all the way back into the Redshift zone. Redshift looking to get it cleared again. A little dumper into the mid zone there. Nobody there to find it. The stack for Instinct is present.
Yeah, so will be a reset over to Cruisin. Cruisin back down over to Ender. Ender now working his way through, passing it up high to Strembitsky. Good control coming in here from Instinct. Strem up to Meatball. Meatball going down low into that pocket shot. Good shot placement. Just good setup from Instinct.
Yeah, you can't argue with that placement. I mean, these players, as we talk about sometimes these master tier games, they have to shoot for the edge. That's why you see them ding as much as you see them ding. And it is because they're trying to paint those corners. They can't shoot down the middle and have them go in. It's not going to happen. The defense is too good. Meatballer, and speaking of defense, grabbing that one and just feeding it to the front. The passes are a little too casual as the defense is still playing, but Meatballer reclaiming that one and putting it in for another 2 points. So it's now 4-3 on the side of Instinct. They were trailing up into that point.
Yeah, but just like that Steel is actually doing a really good job in that backline position for Redshift here, but just couldn't read that shot, not quite from Meatball, but Steel passing it over to Citizen. Citizen now working his way through, passing it up high to Caesar. Caesar pressure by Meatball, down low to Zux. Zux going in for that reset. Steel now on the bow tie there, passing it up high with a bounce pass up to Zux. Zux cross over to Citizen, but it will be misdirected. That stack in the clear from Instinct, it will be loose, picked up by Steel. Steel just getting stunned. Ender getting stunned again. Just a lot of brawls going on here. Reset back over to Ender. Ender going back again to Cruisin. Cruisin now working his way through. Just being very patient, waiting for this pressure coming from Redshift. Meatball going down low to Strem. Strem working his way through and getting that shot in for the 3-6 point lead.
Rem just pulling that brutal delay. He fakes the first underhand and just swings it back. And the second attempt, it may have been the third. You never know when it's going to come flying out of his hand. You have to be ready for all of them. Unfortunately, Steel Skydiver bit on the first one, and it paid off in points there for Instinct. Instinct's up by 3 now, so just one shot can even this thing up. But Redshift is trying to make that shot right here as Citizen pushes into the bubble, but
Ooh.
Cruisin is having none of that. He swaps that all the way out. Now is picked up by Strem. Strem sends it over to the other side. Ender fighting for it, but definitely has a lot of Redshift players on that side. As the pass goes high, Zuck's trying to
Oh
fake
my.
out the defense, but not enough. It's just too much back there as the defense is just too solid. Strem passing it out, and they are managing to get it cleared again.
Yeah, Cruisin just in that goal position. He just has other plans for this Redshift defense or offense. I mean, Citizen now claiming that all the way through the Instinct, and they have an open three. Can they tie it up? No, Ender had other plans. Ender passing it down low to Strem. Strem trying to get that through, but it will be Citizen on that backline position, getting all the way through, but Ender there just to deny it. Ender going down low, heading towards the goal, but not in. Steel picking it up and just trying to set up this offense here and not letting Instinct get any more points.
To their credit, Redshift is staying in this and staying in it strong. Caesar moving forward. He does have Citizen on the side wall, but it does go past him on the bounce pass. Cruisin cleans that one up and is looking for his teammates as they mount the attack back the other direction, all the way from inside their zone. Long shot through. Is it in? No, it's a little bit high. It bounces off the nest and is loose now. It's picked up by Caesar, and Caesar is looking to move it out of the zone as they don't want to have it deep in their zone for sure. Citizen clearing it through, bounces off the Geo, and it is just luckily picked up by his teammate Zuck. Zuck crossing it, does find Caesar on the cross. A high pass back for the reset Steel Skydiver. They're just going to reconsider this one.
Yeah, so we'll be passed back over to Zucks, down low over to Caesar. Caesar now drawing out the defender here, passing it back over to Steel Skydiver on that reset there. Back up high, will be pressured here, passing across to Citizen. Citizen going in for that shot, and great control coming in from Redshift. Just poking the holes for that defense and just converting on that shot.
Excuse me while I root for a round 3. I would never root for an individual team, but as a caster, I'm always going to root for the round 3. And right now, I'm rooting for the underdogs. I'm gonna say it right now. I want this
Caster
round 3.
bias. Oh no!
Yeah, I'll go there. As you see the rollout coming out for Cruisin picking it up, dancing around the floor, not under extreme pressure there. He does manage to bounce it off the Geo and is reclaimed by Caesar. Caesar passing up to Zucks. Zucks on the ceiling looking for how he's going to set up this play. Passes it back to Steel Skydiver, who's in the midsection, looking around for the passes again. Caesar up. Caesar down the floor. Has a friend on the floor as well, but they choose to back out again, just not liking what they see. It's just a 1-point game. Redshift is absolutely still in this. They're fighting this one out tooth and nail. They slowed the game down. They're playing their game, passing in the bubble, and they make the shot. Caesar taking the lead now with a 2-pointer. It's now 7-6 on the side of Redshift.
Yeah, Redshift just, taking this momentum and definitely just doing it. They're doing what they need to do against a team like Instinct. Just a very different round, too. This happens in most games, but we'll be Cruising, passing it over to Meatball. Meatball going down low over into that trench, but it will be picked up by Zuck. Strem pressuring him, passing it over to Ender. Ender pushing into that bubble, juking the defender, going down low, but just losing the hands on it. It will be picked up by Caesar. Caesar looking in for that clear and passing it, or actually trying to clear it, but Meatball just picking it back up, trying to get that pass. Just a lot of unfortunate events. Strem just picking it up off that what am I saying? Anyways, Strembitsky trying to get it, but will be pressured. Caesar down low over to Zucks. Will be picked off by Ender. Ender now working his way through the tunnel, trying to get his teammates to get up the field and just set up better. But, Ender just being completely pressureless. Caesar now on him. He will be just evading him slightly. Strem now with the disc, working his way on that station back over to Ender. Ender now going all the way through into that bubble, down low to Meatball. Meatball backing it up into the bow tie. Meatball passing it up high to Cruisin. Cruisin in that bubble now, trying to find a pass, going for that cut pass to Ender. It will be denied by Steel, but Steel just sending it right back to Ender, and Ender getting that dunk in.
Steel, I feel you, bro. That one was yours all day long. You had it in your hands, but Ender is always
Pain.
going to finish. He is a finisher. He will continue to go through and continue to scrap for that disc every time you save him. So unfortunately, that one worked out in his behalf. I know Steele was trying to get that thing out of his hands as quick as he could, but just didn't have enough time. His Redshift rolling out now, looking at a 1 point deficit on the board. The pass goes right in front of the bubble. Citizen trying to handle it, inverted, and does manage to bounce it back into Steel Skydiver, who then sets it to Zux. And Zux now pushing forward, has the pass on boot, but they choose not to go forward again. He has a man up high, but they again are reset. So they're working the time, they're working the space, they're trying to pull the defense out. They get the high pass in, the drop down goes. The pass is there, but the
Woo!
denial is there as well. As the mad hands of the defensive men of Instinct are definitely here to stay. Long shot goes through, off the back wall, and no good.
Will be picked up by Cruisin', though. They're still in this bubble trying to go for that pass to Strem, but it will be misdirected. It will be picked up by Strembitsky, working his way through that bubble. Cruisin' opting in for that reset now. Ender with it, passing it up high, but will be read perfectly by Caesar. They have a chance here to take this win.
Oh,
But it will be an unfortunate bounce. But Zux with the disc, passing it down low into that bubble. Ender there just to deny it. Ender getting that all the way through, but no, actually not. It will be bounced off there. Redshift has a chance to take this round. Will they do it? Still going into that bubble. Meatball just denying it and clearing that all the way through. What a great effort that was. But, trying to get that shot soon. Oh, wow. That happened.
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
GG's.
heart can't take it. GG's. What a great game. What a well fought second round out of Redshift. You may call it a loss, but I call that a victory. If you can take Instinct that close, and I mean, you're not the number 2 team even. These guys are number 1. You're not even number 2, but you're taking them that close. You're doing a heck of a job. And kudos out to Redshift. Sputnik says he loves you as much as he could possibly express, and it's absolutely true. This night has been so fun. We've had so many fun, wonderful, exciting games. Redshift won one and lost one. You had Ash take a game off of Ace. So some really exciting and interesting things. We have Hanavelli here in the booth. I think this is the first or second time this season for you, right?
Second time.
Second time this season. You got Newton Dowd on the mic. You got Wonder T-Man on the cams, showing you all those beautiful camera shots all night long. Forgot to shout him out, and me being a cam guy, definitely not the thing I should be forgetting to do. Across the board stats, so let's take a quick look at them before we call this a night. On the side of Instinct, Meatballer, 24 points. Ender, 27 points. Not to be outdone. The stuns, wacky, 36 and 33.
Saves from
Six saves from Cruisin'. Cruisin' back there all night long doing the work that he needs to do. That becomes the win. As clean as Instinct was in the first round, not so clean in the second round. They got picked apart a little bit. So it showed a little bit of their humanness, the human side. Their robots were not so much on point. Redshift showing some good points. Caesar bringing in 10 points on the night, 36 stuns, working on everything there. Possession time 50-50. So it just came down to a couple of moments, a couple of stuns, maybe some interceptions, some turnovers, but definitely some exciting echo. And we're going to have some exciting echo, all weekend. We have the Tyro Land coming on this weekend, and that's in Atlanta. It's being put on by the Tyro adult community. You'll see those matches here on VRML 1 this weekend, so stay tuned for those things. Stay tuned for all the last week of this cycle. So week 4 is the end of the first cycle. We see the next cycle coming in after a week off, and we have the Challenger Cup and an Elite Cup at the end of next week. So with those thoughts in mind, I definitely want to thank Hanavelli for being here. I want to thank you, the viewers out there in Chatland, for giving us something to look at and to cast to. We appreciate all you out there. To all our sponsors, you'll see their names coming up in the credits here momentarily. Definitely a big shout out to Ignite and to Spark for providing the stats that we see on the board and on our computers, and that help us understand the game as a whole. Honey, you got anything else to say before we take off?
No, just glad to witness these games and glad to cast them for you guys. This was fun. This was a fun night.
Most definitely. Wonder Team Man, thank you so much for all the great work you're doing back there behind the scenes. And for everybody here at VRML, we're going to say good night.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.